Welcome to another InWheelTime podcast. You've got the award-winning InWheelTime car talk show today, coming to you from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise Inn at the Lippy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, Texas. This hour, we'll be chatting it up with a few of the participants in today's event. We'll also give you my thoughts on driving the 2025 Toyota Sequoia.
Oh, boy.
Jeff has the Motor Minute. That and more on this segment of the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars, who's out there gallivanting around and being...
There he comes.
Being the girl that he is.
He's skipping.
We need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley is with us. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off script.
You do what you got to do, sir.
All right. And,
you do it.
Mr. Mars, I think we're going to save his thing, his auto history.
For later, we got it.
Yeah. We're going to kind of mix it up and do something different. So I'm going to give you a review of the 2024.
Okay, let me load her up.
All right. The 2024 Toyota Sequoia. And by the way, the Sequoia is made in San Antonio.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
Homegrown.
There's a big assembly plant there, if you're not familiar with Toyota. They also make the Tundra there, and I think they also make the Tacoma there. It's a big plant employing a lot of people. And anyway, here's the review. 2024 Toyota Sequoia. SR5, Limited, Platinum, Capstone, and TRD Pro. Those are the trim levels. I drove the TRD Pro Hybrid. This is a standard SUV. 3 rows of seating, up to 8. So you can get 8 people in this thing. So 3 in the middle row, 3 in the back row. You know, unless you got kids, why would you have a 3rd row? Because you're going to pay for it. And it just, if you got kids, you got a big family, go for it. That's the way to do it. Exterior changes from last model year. It was a complete redesign in 2023. And I don't believe I had the 23 model, but I got the 24 model. This is body-on-frame construction, kind of like a Tahoe or a Suburban, those kinds of things, Expedition. So it's built kind of on a truck frame, modified truck frame. Okay? Yes, I see that. Big grille on the front of it, fitting for such a large SUV. Grille design coincides with the trim level. So some of them, you have a blacked out grille. Others, you may have a chrome grille, various and sundry kind of designs. This one was just big. Sheet metal creases emphasize the off-road look on this one over the wheel wells. Rear hatch, very similar to the Jeep Wagoneer in the back. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Big platform luxury is back. The trim determines the ruggedness factor. TRD Pro has off-road tires and wheels. What could use improvement? Well, the roof rack. Yes, the roof rack is noisy at speed. What? Yeah, you just never run across that on any of the SUVs that have a roof rack. And I didn't get it, but if you look at it, it's got kind of a spoiler-looking thing on the front of it. I don't know whether that contributes to the wind noise. Of course, there is that great big window up there, the sunroof. I can't hear him. But it's not that. It's the roof rack. And I was doing some research on it, and I thought, well, let's see if anybody else picked up on it. Yeah, other reviewers have picked up on that as well. Yeah. So 50 miles an hour and above, you're going to hear wind noise from the roof rack. Interior highlights. Huge infotainment screen with a separate instrument cluster. Big, wide center console with an upright shifter. The TRD Pro looks off-roady with the huge Toyota in front of the passenger. Just says Toyota, Toyota, right in front of the passenger. By God, you're not going to miss the fact that it is a Toyota. Just wanted to say that. Dual phone holder under the dash, which was kind of cool. Fold flat second row, third row matches with the unique shelf that's back there. You're going, well, shelf, yeah. So behind the third row, if you got the third row up, there's this shelf thing, and it's movable. So you down here, it all makes everything flat. You bring it up a level, so now you got two things of shelving back there, and you can bring it up all the way to the top if you want, if you need some more. It's pretty cool. You just don't see that very often. Overall layout fits its off-roadiness. What could use improvement? Well, there are lots of real hard buttons for everything that you can imagine on it. Up on the dash, the dash, the center console, the steering wheel, up above. Could we maybe put some of those in the infotainment system or something? I don't know.
The technology, yeah.
It seems
Twin
like you go
turbo
one way or the
V6,
other.
3.4 liters, turns out 437 horsepower, 583 pound-feet of torque,
Wow.
10-speed automatic transmission,
Whoa.
tow rating 9,000 pounds,
We have all that torque.
payload on it 1,435. So if you got, fat granny sitting in the back seat, no problem.
It makes
19
mom
miles
and
per
dad,
gallon city, 22 on the highway for combined at 20. I only got 17.8
Oh, boy.
over 312 miles. Gobs of V8-like power and attitude. What could use improvement? Oh, my God, it's 3 tons. 3 tons you're moving down the road. And let's not forget Fat Granny in the back.
Can't forget about her.
Two-wheel drive is standard on this. Of course, with the TRD Pro, four-wheel drive with optional. Four-wheel drive is optional on other trim levels. What I liked about it, it is smooth, especially that off-road because they allow for a lot of wheel travel, and so it's kind of softly sprung. It's good stuff. I'm telling you, it's nice. What could use improvement? It feels heavy because it is. Base trim price, $78,710.
Oh.
Price is tested. $83,042, but you can get into one for the base price of $61,275. Compared to its others, Ford Expedition 55,105, Chevy Tahoe 54,600, and the Jeep Wagoneer starts at $62,945. Now that's my review of the 2024 Toyota Sequoia.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Big, nice truck.
It is very nice. It's big. It does have some hiccups in it, but, I'm sure that they'll address those sooner
And
or
poor
later.
Granny, it's got a spot.
Fat Granny needs
Fat
to lose
Granny.
some weight. That's all there is to it. All right. Let's see where we are here. Oh, we've got time.
You got all kinds of time. You go for it.
Yeah. You know what I'd like to do is I'd like to do the Motor Minute here.
Well, the Motor Minute's going to be a rant, and I've
please,
traveled.
please
yeah,
do.
I'm going to. All you people out there listening to me, when you're driving down the road, I travel this one particular highway in Houston. It's Beltway 8, westbound going north. And every day there's a stoppage of traffic at a particular exit of this road. Why?
Westheimer.
Why? No, it's the
West Park
Grand
Tollway?
Yes. Why? If you drive that road, why do you screw it up? I just can't imagine people driving down the road every day and go, "Oh, I missed my turn." Dummy. Other language.
You're
But-
old.
Well, and then you got people that have their phones in their hand like they're eating an hors d'oeuvre, and they're driving down the road like this.
Oh, they've been watching TV because they do that the way they do it on TV.
Driving down the road with their phone, and you're talking on the phone. Why? Get off your phone. Get out of my way. That's the
That's
whole
the
thing.
bottom
That's
line.
the bottom line. So that's my rant on the Motor Minute. Take it or leave it.
Well, we obviously have to take it,
You got to take it now.
unless all those thousands and thousands
You
of
can
people
contribute to it.
have gone and tuned out
It's
because
not
they
just
didn't
the
want
road.
to hear
It's
your old man
everywhere.
rant.
Or you're at a traffic light and you're the third car behind there, and the light turns green and is gone for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then somebody moves because they're on their phone.
You want to write tickets, Jeff?
I was gonna.
I
was gonna end with it.
I think we need to talk to Woodard about writing a ticket for.
Cell phone delays.
No, I was thinking more like dumbassedness, but or something like
George
that.
You
Carlin.
can't say that on the radio.
George Carlin had a part of his skit
Children
where everybody gets a dart gun with the little suction cup darts. You get 3 of them per year. And if you see somebody doing something like that, you shoot the fender of their car, it sticks on their car.
I was thinking paintballs.
And if you get 3 of them, you get an automatic ticket.
That would work.
You know what? I cannot even imagine the rage if somebody got a paintball smashed on the back end of their station wagon or expensive $80,000 SUV.
Well, then don't drive like a knucklehead.
I'd come out of that SUV loaded for bear.
Oh, absolutely.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. But
Absolutely.
you know what? This is, just clean up your act when you're driving.
Yeah, for Jeff's sake.
My sake.
Right.
Thank you for my rant.
Well, you're
You're
welcome.
quite welcome.
I'm waiting for somebody else to say something or do something.
it's
Well,
all
we
you.
have a
Gonna be
guest.
ugly.
We have a guest.
Well, I know, but I need to take a break first before
Oh.
we get to that because I don't want to interrupt
The next rant.
the next rant from Jeff.
Well, he has a good story, so we don't want to interrupt
All
him.
right. Hey, you can catch the InWheelTime Car Talk Show 24/7 on the Odyssey radio app and through InWheelTime.com. We also video stream our weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. And podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. So I just got ridiculed by our chief engineer. This is not on the radio. Well, according to the title of the company that we are broadcasting on, Odyssey Radio app, I would say we're on the radio. Here, put your microphone down there and say something. Now, this is a man that's employed by several radio stations.
But you are a conglomerate media provider, which is
Could you speak up? I can't hear you.
conglomerate media
Conglomerate media
provider.
Okay, so how's that going to sound?
But you're not on the radio. What
we
radio
are
station?
we are a conglomerate radio provider.
No.
No?
Conglomerate.
What?
Conglomerate media.
Conglomerate media.
'Cause you're-
So in your car, if you Bluetooth us in on Odyssey Conglomerate Media, that would be on your radio in
that
your
would be
car.
a stream.
All right, well, whatever.
It's not radio.
All right. Stream, radio, podcasts. Where are you going to listen to it on?
Nothing like a good stream.
Nothing like a good stream, especially at our age. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show continues after this break.
The original group of Lupi Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupi Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupi Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupi Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupi Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupi's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupi Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupi Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupi Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Is your car ready for that all-important holiday road trip? Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having another car social Saturday, December 7th, and you're invited. Bring your car, truck, or SUV and find out what it'll take to get that thing looking new again. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, camera installs, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Join the Car Social Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon. Talk to other owners and see how good your car can look on the road trip to Aunt Mary's. She'll want that good-looking ride in her driveway, I promise. Put it on your calendar. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Holiday Car Social and Road Trip Get Ready. Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show will be there, too. We'll see you then.
Welcome back to the InWheelTime Car Talk Show on the Odyssey radio app.
Oh. What
Or-
happened? What
How
happened
was
during
that?
the break?
Or the InWheelTime.com app available at the App Store.
You are correct. It does say radio app because Odyssey is primarily a radio provider.
And so we're on that.
Yeah.
So if you want to, what happened? You just hit something.
What?
You just hit.
I didn't hit
What's
nothing.
going on?
I don't know. I didn't hit nothing.
We're
What-
fine. We're all good.
It's all good, Jeff. Just sit down and calm down. Everything's
I don't know.
fine. All right.
What happened?
Mr. Mars,
Yes, sir.
go right ahead.
Let me find my note. So, joining us now is Mr. Brian Vanderheim. Vernaham.
Yep.
What is it, Mars?
Vernaham. What he said.
First name Brian.
Yeah, it's
Brian.
Brian.
Thank you.
And Brian
It's
has
good to
his
see you.
black 1966 Barracuda sitting over here, Formula S, sitting right in front of Stan's
A Barracuda.
Barracuda Formula S.
I did not know there was such a thing.
Yes, sir. And he's going to explain all that to us.
He is? Well, you didn't ask him any questions about it.
Tell us about
So, first of all, what year is the Barracuda?
So it's a 66.
66.
The first year was 64. It came out 2 weeks before the Mustang. Chrysler tried to beat Ford out of the gate in 64. Came out with the Barracuda. That was in 64. This is the 66.
Any changes to the body style or anything?
You know, the 64, 5, and 6 look almost identical from the side. The 66 has a very different grille. It's a cheese grater grille. The tail lights are a little different on
it
the
has
66.
a huge back window.
Yeah, it's the largest back window on an American car ever. It's the largest piece of glass that PPG's ever built for an American car. There was a car in 78 that came out that was pretty close in terms of square footage on the rear window. What was it? What was the big back window on the 78 car?
The 78.
Wasn't
Would
it
that
the
be the
Chevrolet?
no?
You probably remember. Everybody remembers it.
Wait. The
It came close.
starts with an A. Avante?
AMC.
Javelin?
You got it. The Pacer.
The Pacer. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I do
The
remember.
fishbowl on wheels.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
You know who had one of those? Anita Martini had one.
Oh, boy.
I used to make fun of her all the time for that car.
Yeah.
And she drove it till drove the wheels off of it, and it looked like it had never been through
Yep.
a car wash. It was absolutely awful. But anyway,
Yep. So, yeah, it's got a big back window on it. The 64, 5, and 6 have the same
how do you
part
clean
number.
that back window?
It's tough, Don. It's tough, man. I need to hire a pygmy to get in there and
Well,
do
you know
the
they
inside
make
of it.
they make these things. It's a little stick about that big, and it's got a triangle thing that you can use for your window.
Yeah, it's
Amazon.
tough. Yeah, the outside's obviously easy to clean, but the inside is definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
But
Because it doesn't open as a hatch.
no, it doesn't. No,
It's a fixed
there.
window.
It is.
Yeah.
yeah. So,
And you know, the older
yeah.
that you get and the more hair that you lose, it makes it tougher to get back there to clean that window.
Tell me about it. I know.
I just did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
So, and what kind of motors it got in it?
So it's got a 273 V8. It's the original engine in there. And Chrysler built 38,000 Barracudas in 1966, 38,000 of them.
That's not a lot.
No, it's not, especially compared to the Mustang, right? And Mustang was putting out 1 million cars a year, I think,
Yeah.
probably at some point,
Yeah.
right? Obviously, Chrysler lost the war against Ford in the pony car arena. But 38,000 were built in 66. Only 3,000 of them were a Formula S. So out of the 38,000, the vast majority of them were a 225 slant 6, the leaning tower of power.
Seriously,
right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, so the
I had a
va-
friend of mine that had a slant 6.
Yeah.
And actually, it was a pretty good motor.
It's a fantastic motor, yeah. And in fact, the body of the car is really designed for a 225 slant 6.
And they made the slant 6 so they could fit it under the hood, make the hood lower.
That's right.
And that's the only reason that it was a slant 6.
Yep.
Slant meaning it was off to the side.
Too tall.
So
okay.
they decided to put the 273 V8 in there, which is the same block as the 318. You can just bore it out a little differently. That's the original engine. So all the Formula S's had the V8.
It's got numbers matching.
Numbers matching.
Sweet.
Yep, everything. So
It's
like
over there, right?
it's right over here.
Yeah, it's right in front of Stan.
So
yeah.
Gasser.
if you look at the engine, though, the manifold on the driver's side is very different than the manifold on the passenger side because they had to design a different manifold to clear the steering column. Because, again, everything was designed for everything moving to the left-hand side on the 225 slant 6. So they had a tough time fitting that V8 inside of that little frame. But it fits, and, it's tight. It's tight.
Can you get parts for the engine?
Absolutely.
You can.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of those out there. Again, the 318, it's the same block, and a lot of the parts are interchangeable with the 318.
Interesting. Okay.
So how many 318s did Chrysler build,
A bajillion.
A bajillion. I was going to say a gazillion. but
Well, yeah.
well,
you're pretty close.
You're
right?
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you can get them.
Automatic transmission.
4-speed.
Whoa.
A 4-speed
Yeah,
manual transmission.
I got 3 pedals. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That was standard in that car?
Great question. So 3,000 out of the 38,000 were Formula S. Half of them were manual. Half of them were 4-speed. So
about 1,500.
1,500 were built Formula S with a 4-speed.
So did it have a 2-speed automatic or 3-speed automatic?
It was a. I believe the automatic was a 4-speed as well. Or
Really?
was it I don't know. I don't know much about the automatic.
I think the torque flight was 3 because we used to make clutch flights out of them, put a clutch instead of a converter in front of it.
I'm not familiar with the automatic design. Obviously, I've got the 4-speed.
Yeah.
So, and it's got the Borg Warner 833 manual transmission.
Really?
So there's a company up in Indiana that specializes in rebuilding 833 Borg Warner transmissions.
And you
Chrysler used that transmission all the way up through the Chargers up through the early 70s. So
did you have that one rebuilt?
I did. Yep. So my dad bought the car in 72 from the original owner. So I was born in 73, so it's been in my family my whole life. So I know the whole history on the car. My dad never really drove it much throughout my lifestyle. It stayed in the garage. He got older and he died in 2020, and I got the car down here and I did a complete mechanical restoration on it. I did nothing to the body because the body was in
here from.
I'm originally from Rochester, New York.
Gotcha.
Up in the
I'm
Finger Lakes
surprised
region.
because those cars don't do well in the snow and the ice and the salt.
He never drove it out in the inclement weather, so it really never left the garage during those types of events.
How many miles you got on it now?
It's original about 38,000 miles. I think I just turned. So,
oh my God!
Yeah, original mileage.
Nice.
Yep. So, but when I got it, it hadn't ran in 15 years. So the engine was seized up, and the gasoline had just turned to like goop. All the wiring was bad. So I took basically wiring, brakes, redid the exhaust, fuel system completely redone. Took the engine out, went to a heavier cam, went to roller lifters, so made a few upgrades. Went to a fuel injection. The Carter 4-barrel is still in my garage, but I went to a fuel injection. I would have to say that the best upgrade I made to the car was going to fuel injection.
And what system did you use?
FAST, fast.
Okay.
Yep. Put vintage air in it, so I've got
nice.
vintage air.
There you go.
Yep. Boys out of San Antonio are great guys.
We've met them. Great,
we've
great
had them on the
company.
air.
Great organization. Anybody who's going to consider putting vintage air in, give those guys a call. Tell them what you got, and they'll walk you through the process.
Exactly, and if you have any problems, they're right there for you.
They are. Great group of guys.
Yep.
I put Kragers, so I converted over to Kragers here last year.
SS's?
They look really
good. Not original, but era correct. They gave the car a beautiful pop. I love.
Yes, absolutely.
Putting the Kragers on there was a great decision I
It
made.
actually almost looks like they came stock that way.
You look at the old pictures of people with their cars in the 60s and 70s, and you see the
old
Kragers
GTs
there.
and things, and the Keystone
very,
Classics.
very popular.
So I wasn't old enough to remember that, but some of you probably remember.
Well, thanks
cars.
for rubbing that in.
Yeah, Don remembers all of that.
So, I'm always doing something to it. Like when I bring the car home today, I've got a little bit of work to do here and there, a little touch-up work, but I'm always spending money on it somewhere. There's always ways to spend money on these cars.
Well, that's what
We
you do.
know.
That's why you have it.
Yeah.
It's something that you what would you be doing without it?
There's worse ways to spend money, right?
Exactly.
So, it's fun.
Oh, yes, there are. I know all about all of that, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's great, and thanks for having me out here. And, boy, what a great turnout today.
It is. It's
How many cars do you think are here, in your estimation?
Probably 85, maybe.
Yeah.
80
Well,
cars.
they
about
roll
100.
over into the second to the next door. Too.
Yeah.
Maybe
I think
100,
it's probably
huh?
closer to 100, yeah.
Maybe I'll count them later.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
sure
worry
there's some
about
in the
it.
back.
Yeah.
Do you know Stan?
He's walking real fast now.
Yeah. That's the founder.
Okay.
The owner of this and all of the
That's
all
his.
of the loopies.
That's his little open wheel,
Roadster?
and he's got
Roadster.
3 or 4 more back behind you. He's got
Yeah.
the Cadillac. He's got
That's
the
the
GTO.
Cadzilla.
The Cadzilla. I thought it
Cadzilla.
was
I think that's
Oh, it's a Cadiente.
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 That's right, Cadiente.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
That
That's
was
it.
done here locally on TV.
Yep.
Where's
was.
the DeLorean? Isn't there a DeLorean normally?
That would be
here?
his
One of
son.
his boys.
His son's got the look-alike
And his
for
wife has
the
the Bentley.
yeah.
The Back to the Future
Yeah.
lookalike.
Yeah.
That's his son's. So so cars obviously in car racing and everything to do about cars.
Yeah.
That's Stan. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to have you with us
Yeah.
today. We really appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for having me, and keep up the good work, guys. And
Thanks,
Enjoy
man.
the rest of the day, and
And you'll be
enjoy
on
your holidays.
You'll be on a podcast.
Yeah.
When does that get loaded up, Mike?
What time is it? It'll be
yesterday.
No, the features go up on Monday, so Tuesday through Friday it goes up.
I can't hear him.
I heard him.
He's old. He needs to have his hearing. Change his batteries in his hearing aid.
Thank you. So there you have it.
Thank you very
Podcast
much.
to be up. Thank you,
man.
Appreciate you.
All right. Have a good day.
All right, you too. We already did the motor minute, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. So what we've got to do in the next half hour is nothing.
Well, I tell you what, we do need to tell folks that these trophies are going to be given away. What time?
That's going to be at 10:30.
10:30. We got trophies to give away, so don't leave. You may be a winner. You don't know. I don't know. Do you
I'm
know?
a winner.
You're a winner, all right.
Was that a wiener?
I was going to say,
I'm a
can you
wiener.
spell that?
Can you spell it?
Mr. Mars?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Next
sir.
week we're going to be in the studio. Will you know what to do?
I have no earthly idea.
Okay. And then I guess in a couple of weeks,
So
3 weeks, we'll be at Gulf Coast Auto Shield.
Yes, on December the 7th, we'll be at the Gulf Coast Auto Shield for their
Car
fall
Social.
Social,
Yeah.
yes.
We're going to call that the Get Ready Road Trip Car Social.
Yes.
What,
I heard that
going
on the
on a road
spot.
trip?
I thought that was pretty cool.
We going on a road trip?
Well, I'm not. But you can have your car
David,
made
were
ready
you
for
invited? I wasn't invited.
that. I'm not going on a road trip.
Okay.
But you can. It's all up to
Get
you.
your car prepped for the road trip.
That's it.
All right.
That's right.
We've got more of the InWheelTime Car Talk Show coming up. Yeah.
Coming on bottom of the hour, so we're going to take a break. So just fill a couple minutes.
Can we
and you're good.
can we take a break?
Yeah,
you can.
let
The
me go
InWheelTime Car
rouse-
Talk Show is available
rouse us
24/7
up
through
another
the
guest.
There you go.
InWheelTime app. Download it on your mobile device today, if you haven't already. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts available from your favorite podcast provider. And you can also find us on our new broadcast partner, Odyssey, and Odyssey Radio app. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show continues after this.
The holidays are upon us, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories is your local one-stop for the auto enthusiast on your gift list. Pro-Am Auto has been serving Houston since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am was one of the very first distributors in the U.S. for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbeau, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier shopping corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse and showroom with installation and service bays. Pro-Am reaches a worldwide audience through ProAmAuto.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. Holiday gift-giving is alive and well at Pro-Am Auto. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
Hey, Houston, it's back! America's greatest hot rod tradition is Thanksgiving weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 days of hot rods, customs, trucks, and muscle cars. Don't miss the Evel Knievel tribute. The Megamorph. Transforming robot car. Lowrider Showcase. Meet Catherine Bach from Dukes of Hazzard. Hip-hop legend Flava Flav. Farm Truck and Asian from Street Outlaws. Autorama. Thanksgiving weekend. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.
That's it for this podcast episode of the InWheelTime Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.